Todd, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. We're consuming media. We're listening to the Forgotten Discovery. All right. How was your week? Wait, it's been 2 weeks.
Media consumes every media.
We consume every media. We consume every media. And last time we met like 2 weeks ago, and we made all kinds of recommendations and challenges. But this week, I'm kind of all about the just like media log. Like, this is what I watched, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I don't know why I watched it, but do you have anything like that for me? Do you have like just a report, right? Maybe a media report?
Yeah, well,
you can recommend stuff if you want to. I mean, I'm not like...
Okay, so actually, yeah, I wasn't sure at first if I had a recommendation, but I realize now that I do have a recommendation.
Oh, good.
Yes, but first, let me talk about the episode of this show that I watched, and I knew why I was watching it, because it's about space, and it has Hilary Swank in it, and you would think it would be amazing, but it's not. It's not. So if I continue to watch that show, I would continually ask myself, why am I watching it?
I watched...
It's just not good. It's just like, I don't know. It's just a horror. It's like the worst space show. You watched it? What's it called again?
I've seen Away. Away. Just Away.
Away, or
just Away. Just... I feel like there's like a space show formula now where like it's got to be really sad and they're leaving and stuff is happening. I don't know, like, but I did go back for the second episode. I don't know, but I give space shows I give all space shows a second chance, and often a fifth
better
chance.
Maybe.
I have not been to the third episode yet. I would not. I mean, I certainly watched it, but I'm not necessarily recommending it. But I have like so many space show recommendations. You know, that was the whole first part of my year was space shows. I was watching Lost in Space.
In that Lost in Space, like
The Expanse.
Is there like a new Lost in Space?
There's a new one with
not the old Lost in Space.
No, not the Gary Oldman one. Gary Oldman is actually played by Parker Posey, the Gary Oldman character. Dr. Smith it's evil Parker Posey. She's great.
Oh, okay.
She's crazy. And but I like The Expanse more. If you're looking for a space show.
What network is it on?
That was on Sci-Fi, I think, and I watched it on Prime. But go for it.
Well, actually, I do have a space show recommendation.
Okay.
Raised by Wolves.
Yeah.
You know about this one? It's on.
Yup.
It's on HBO now. Ridley Scott.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
That's good.
And I've watched all of it up until, I guess, the season finale is coming out on Thursday.
Whoa, I've been sort of savoring or like taking it slow on that.
The woman that plays the main android,
she's so good.
She's so intense. She's like an emotional robot.
Hello, Bob. Bob, what you got? What you got for us?
So the first thing I have for you is a question. Wait, is Todd still here or not?
Yeah, no, I'm just sort of like keeping it, one at a time. David's coming up too. Spoilers.
Stay tuned. Well, I want to ask you and Todd, first of all, what do you think the ratio is of like bad space shows to good space shows?
That's a really good question, and I think I'm going to bring on my next guest, David Moses.
Hey, fellas. I really swung and missed there, huh? I just feel like I had good recommendations. I was going to recommend like this TV show called Watchmen.
Okay, cool.
And this thing called Schitt's Creek, and this thing called Succession. I heard about all them today. They apparently are they were in the news.
Okay, I'll take away David just for one more second. We'll save him. It's a good question. Honestly, like I try to watch them all. I will try to watch them all.
I know you did. That's why I asked you.
Yeah. and it's not great. It's not good. It's like 10, 20%, I would say, maybe. I don't know.
So it's a 1 out of 5.
That seems about that. Actually, that seems optimistic. I don't know, because they just always fall into these traps. These
black holes, or
yeah. Well, okay. So let's focus. Give me your recommendations, or your log, your not recommendations.
My log. No, I'll give a recommendation, and again, I'm gonna go a little old school. I watched 2 Terrence Malick movies, kind of in a row the other day, because Tree of Life is leaving HBO this month. So I watched that, but then before that, I watched Days of Heaven, which is on Amazon Prime right now, and that is an incredible movie. It is only an hour and a half, and it's astounding that it's only that long, because so much is packed into it, and it resonates so much. It's like a Steinbeck novel in sort of like an hour and a half. And so much is conveyed without being said in that film, and it deserves, I think, all the credit that it's gotten. So I recommend that. Tree of Life is difficult, I think, especially at home in quarantine. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. It feels like a movie that you need to see in a theater. So I would say, even though it's leaving HBO, I would say, like, hold off till we get to till we emerge like little butterflies into the world again, and we can go to like a theater and see that movie when it's being revived or something, because I think it's hard to watch like just at home on your TV, and you stop it, and then it's a thing you got to immerse yourself in.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Days of Heaven, I think, works at home.
Sweet. Days of Heaven. Yeah. Tree of Life. I know. I've seen that. Todd, you've seen that, right? In the theater, probably.
There's a scene in Barton's Friends.
Right? We have a lot of friends in that movie, I
Tree
think.
of Life.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was a good art film.
I think I might enjoy it on the small screen. I don't know.
It's
kind
of about space.
Yeah.
Space is in it. You see space.
I feel like it is a space movie. It's like a cosmos and evolution, and I love those are my favorite moments of the film. I could take or leave Brad Pitt. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's beautiful.
Ty Sheridan is great.
There's some kind of weird similarity there. To go back to our last episode where you challenged us to watch Wim Wenders movies.
Yeah.
The one that I went with was Paris, Texas, and it took me like 3 to 7 sittings. And I see David laughing there, so I'm going to add him on.
Well, it's funny you would bring up Wenders, because I have yet to watch Terrence Malick, but I'm pretty sure that I would love Terrence Malick movies, because I'm a big fan of Werner Herzog and Wim Wenders, and he seems like some kind of, like, from what I understand, like some kind, like in that zone, in that place, maybe throw in a little Koyaanisqatsi and.
Yeah, like I tried several, actually. The challenge was just watch any one of them, and so I started Wings of Desire, and I was like, and then Peter Falk is there, and I'm like,
playing himself.
Peter Falk is playing himself. He's going in for an audition. I can't even watch it. I like it so much.
That's the first movie that my partner Marty and I ever watched together, like 25 years ago.
Holy shit.
Did you get to Nick Cave, Mike?
No, I didn't make it much further. Like they're in the car, the angels are in the car, and I'm like, okay, I gotta watch Lucifer. I gotta stop this and watch Lucifer.
It's sort of like a sequel series to the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was like, after that, I thought, is that why Bob told me to watch it? Because I was talking about Lucifer, like, because Wim is always doing angel movies, like, This is like, if we didn't have Wim Wenders, would we even have Lucifer?
We definitely would not have City of Angels. Again.
But yeah, Paris, Texas, man.
I love Harry Dean Stanton so much. Like, I could just look at his face for hours.
I think that's really what he was banking on. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to circle back around to Bob's question before and maybe try to apply some data. Mike, I think you were way underestimating the prevalence of good space movies. Here's what I propose. I'd like to list, not movies, TV shows. I'd like to list all the good space TV shows I can think of, and then y'all can list all the bad ones, and we'll see how those numbers compare. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, I think that's good hard science.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so good one.
I feel like there's a flaw here, and that the bad ones are forgettable, or they'll only last a little bit of time. So they,
Yeah, I can see that. See that.
All right, that's fair. That's fair, though.
So here's the good ones I can think of. Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard. Those are the good Star Trek series.
No other Star Trek Lower Decks is pretty good, gotta say.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. I haven't watched it. Don't think I would like it. We can move on. Firefly, Farscape, Dark Matter, The Expanse.
There you go.
Okay, there's 8 good science fiction shows.
All we have to do is name 40 bad ones.
That's right. We're confirmed 1 to 5.
Actually, not even that many. 32, I guess, or something.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
We can do this. Away.
Picard.
Wait.
No, wait. I forgot Battlestar Galactica. I'm going to
that's good.
take mine up to 9. You reminded me with Away.
So Dark Matter is good? I haven't watched that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's
unfortunately, ended before it finished, but
yeah. You're right, Bob. It's a flawed system. I can't remember any of the names. I remember the badness. Like there's that one with the girl from Battlestar Galactica.
Isn't that Away?
Nope. Oh. But they are very similar. They're both like captains, and they're in charge of the thing, and they're leaving Earth, and they're, they're very similar.
Are you thinking of The Vow?
Yeah.
The cult one, the cult series that just started.
Yeah.
Which that cult, by the way, I was distraught to learn that cult had not 1 but 2 actresses from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
And like big one.
I was like, Callie, no, Boomer,
what? Not Boomer. We've talked about The Vow a fair amount. We've already given The Vow like 40 minutes of our last conversation.
Right.
Like we are all very much.
I haven't watched it, but the show coming up made me read up on the cult.
I mean, we could talk about that too. Like there were other challenges and other recommendations from last week. I haven't watched the last episode of Lovecraft Country, but Todd challenged me to watch the second one, and I got frustrated, but I kept watching it, and it took a nice turn in episode 4. But
did you watch it?
I haven't seen episode 5 yet, but
that series gets a lot better.
I've still not watched the Robert De Niro devil movie. Angel Heart. I have still not signed up for my 7-day trial.
Wasn't it like a Mickey Rourke movie or Michael Madsen or somebody like that?
Mickey Rourke. And Robert De Niro as the devil, apparently.
All right. Didn't Al Pacino also play the devil in a movie?
Sure. Yeah.
Those guys, those two.
And Harvey Keitel is the devil in Little Nicky.
Joe Pesci's just sitting around. How come I don't get to be the devil?
So we weren't able to list very many bad space shows at all.
It's looking like the ratio is about 4-1, good to bad, is from what from the data we've been able to accumulate.
Well, you could do it by just Stargates also. Like all the Stargate TV shows are bad except for SGU. That's what I would
I have never seen an episode of The Gate.
None of the gates.
Yeah.
Now, when the original Stargate movie came out, something that some friends of mine and I really enjoyed saying was that it starred America's favorite action hero, James Spader, who at the time was mainly known for Sex, Lies, and Videotape. It was funnier in the 80s, like everything, all right?
Wait, which one was Richard Dean Anderson in?
The movie.
Okay, he was in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was in the TV. Wait.
No, the TV show.
He was in the TV show. He's the TV guy.
Yeah.
He's MacGyver. Yeah.
He was still MacGyvering everything. When the movie came out.
Okay. So bad space movies. The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, we missed the Mandalorian. That's another good one.
I'm up to 10.
You might be right.
Babylon 5.
Another good one.
I think I mentioned. Did I not say that one?
People hate Interstellar, but I actually like that one.
That's a movie, though.
Oh, we're talking about TV shows.
I don't know.
Well, if we were to go movies, then yeah, you got Mission to Mars. You got The Marsh.
The Marsh.
The Martian is. I like The Martian. Mission to Mars is horrible.
Brian De Palma made that movie.
I know.
All I remember is like the evolution animation at some point. There's like the evolution of life on Earth animation.
So Terrence Malick stole that from Mission to Mars.
Exactly. My favorite part of both movies.
Did you say you like Upper Decks or Lower Decks or whatever?
I really like Lower Decks because like I kind of liked Orville too, guiltily, which is the Seth MacFarlane like Next Generation knockoff. But Lower Decks is basically like that, but sanctioned and in the Star Trek universe. I've only watched a few episodes so far, but it's hitting me in all the right places. There's also another cartoon called The Bravest Warriors that was made by the Pendleton Ward crew who did Adventure Time. Some of the crew of Steven Universe, which is also space related. You know, we just keep thinking of good ones.
Have you guys seen the Rick and Morty alien show, the one that Justin Roiland did?
I've watched a couple episodes of that.
Yeah.
Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites.
Yeah.
I like it.
But I know that probably wasn't what you were planning on talking about, David. Did you have like did you have a specific log? Did you want to talk about?
I can drop a log.
Okay, cool. Drop a beat.
My partner Marty and I have been watching Dark. We're a little bit into season 2 now, and it's awesome. Love it so much. If you don't know, it's a German show, and definitely recommend subtitles over the dubbing. It's just so full of mystery and secrets and complicated relationships and a very slow build and burn and reveal as to just what is going on, and just love it. And it's filmed in a very dark way. It concerns dark things. It's aptly named. So been really enjoying Dark. And also have finally getting around to watching Better Call Saul, which is just as good as everybody says it is. That show is really fantastic. I never watched Breaking Bad, but Better Call Saul is really fantastic. And one observation I had about that show was thinking about Bob Odenkirk, as one of the creators of Mr. Show, the great sketch comedy show, and the way that and in a way it's so different because he does such incredible acting on Better Call Saul. Like his performance is just fantastic, I think. And on Mr. Show, it was all just about these silly characters, and like the acting wasn't really the point. But his character on Better Call Saul does do a lot of weird characters in situations, and he doesn't do them very well. That's kind of part of it. And that's where he's drawing on his Mr. Show experience. So that was my revelation about Better Call Saul. Loving that. And the only other thing to report is that I'm still in the midst of an extremely masochistic, endless quest to consume the entirety of a thing called the Arrowverse in original broadcast order. And what this is a group of television shows based on various DC comics, which is, the worst comic company. And so you've got, like, it started with Arrow, which is based on the Green Arrow, who is not even a popular enough character to have ever been in a movie. But then there was The Flash and Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Constantine, and there's more to come that I haven't gotten to yet in my chronology. Black Lightning is coming up, and one or two more. But this is, there's so like they're sort of set in the same fictional universe, and there's crossovers once or twice a season, and it's and there's just so many episodes to watch. I have this table I got off the internet that shows me the chronological order. These shows are not good. The acting is not good. The dialogue is not good. The stories are not good. Nope. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Why I am. It's like I'm throwing the hours of my life into a fucking wood chipper is what's happening. I can't stop. I cannot stop. So that's my media consumption report.
I love that.
I know. I think Mike has watched all those. But
I've tried. I've definitely tried.
Very many. Yeah, if you can get past him.
Yeah.
My sympathies go out to you.
I mean,
thank you, Bob.
I'd like to see where you are in your journey for sure. Yeah. Because at some point, I mean, basically,
I'm in May of 2017. If that helps you. Mm-hmm. I'm in let's see, season 5 of The Arrow, I think, season 3 of The Flash, and maybe Supergirl. And
yeah,
I've already watched Constantine. What I'm really excited about, I love the character of Constantine, and that
you should be excited.
that one season show that he had was pretty good, and I understand that he joins the Legends, and I'm pretty excited about that. In fact, that fact alone might have been the thing that kicked off this whole kind of like insane quest.
I'm caught up, I think, with The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, and I think it's just Legends from now on for me. Like that one's just so goofy and stupid. They go all the way. They're just like completely ridiculous. And now with the Constantine, it's just fun time hijinks. I wanted to stop watching Arrow, but then they introduced The Flash, and that was kind of a big deal. Like I kind of, for some reason I got excited about The Flash.
No.
And then they just let him stay in a coma for a whole season.
You guys know that they're doing the Flash movie with Michael Keaton's going to do a cameo or something?
I think it's going to be a Flashpoint movie where it's like you got alternate realities of Batmans and Flashes, and they,
I don't really know much about Flashpoint.
Yeah, it's one of those DC like multiverse things where like this is their way to like bring Keaton in and then bring, I guess, Ben Affleck back, but also potentially lead into Pattinson. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. Wow. 3 different Batmans. That'd be interesting.
I mean, we've had more.
Batman?
Yeah. Batmans?
Yeah.
Batmans?
Into the Batman verse.
But Bob, you watch all the Marvel movies? Is that you like all the Marvel movies, right?
Yeah, I watched Thor: The Dark World.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, it's not hell yeah.
That's a great one. That's a great one. Best episode of Doctor Who.
Compared to the best episode of Legends of Tomorrow, it's pretty good. No, I tried to move DC things. that was the thing. It was like, I'm gonna love this, and then like I started watching them, and I was like, I can't do this, and I cannot commit to this relationship with it. Like,
and all the Arrowverse shows, it happens at least 3 times an episode where I will say a line of dialogue exactly as is about to be said, and they say it just that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes I count the number of times they use the phrase "this city." That they like that phrase a lot,
especially Arrow. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
But all of them. Well, not Legends, but
it's like those things are like it's like when you're dating somebody and it's like, you're really nice. When we go out, I realize that I check my watch or whatever. Like I'm
there's just not enough there for a relationship.
All right, only 37 minutes left of this thing. I can do this. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe by minute 14.
There's in every single show, like they can't be happy. Like they can't let them be happy because then they would have to stop the show. So every single like superhero has this thing where like they can't like, oh yeah, we finally beat the villain of the season, right, but I can't be with you because I'm protecting you.
It's the Xena model.
Warrior Princess?
Yeah.
Did she do that to a lot of boys?
They jumped the shark.
Kevin Sorbo, Xena's from Xena's sister show.
Yeah.
Hercules just showed up on Supergirl as Mon-El's father.
Nice. And he's also in a very like Christian oriented
it's not like, just oriented.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Is he in a cult?
No, he's just in a movie that's like
God's Not Dead.
That's what thank you. Yeah. God's
What's
Not
it
Dead.
called?
God's Not Dead. And he's got like, yeah, he's a philosophy teacher that doesn't believe in God anymore. And he needs a young Christian student to show him that the way of the Lord.
And then God falls off a roof and then dies. And then Kevin Sorbo becomes God.
He's also he plays Hercules in the game God of War, which is a pretty great game series. I don't know if y'all are familiar with. Basically, you murder every single god one by one, and it's very violent, but it's also kind of fun. Like for some reason,
that also seems very Christian too. Like
put the gods in their place.
Thou shalt have no other gods but me.
There was a whole long arc in the Thor comics featuring a character called God Killer, whose aim was to go around killing all the gods in the Marvel Universe.
And then I started The Witcher.
Yeah, but have you seen The Witch?
The Vivitch?
Just
the Vivitch.
The Vivitch? No.
What's his face? Robert Eggers did, the guy that did The Lighthouse.
No, I'm too scared.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's scary. You turn all the lights off and you watch that movie. That's your challenge. That's your challenge for October.
Nope.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. So October challenges. If you haven't yet, there is a 10 episode limited series, another cartoon. It's called Over the Garden Wall. And if you haven't already, I feel like David and Todd have watched it, but
I don't think I finished it, but I would like to go back and rewatch.
It's like it's a pastiche of like 30s, 40s animation, and like the music is amazing, and it's all retelling, like a modern retelling of Dante's Inferno. And it's Elijah Wood plays the main character, and Christopher Lloyd is in it, and it's freaking, we watch it every year now, and it was the songs from it were in our wedding. I mean, it's worth it. Just did a rewatch of it.
Is it by Sondheim?
Is it better than Sondheim? I would say.
Yeah.
Is it Halloween themed-ish at all, or?
It is, yeah. I mean, the show as a whole, if you watch the whole show, which you could watch all 10 episodes as a movie if you wanted to, they're pretty short. They're only like 11 minutes or something. It's crazy how much they pack into 11 minutes. It's just insane. But yeah, like ultimately it is Halloween themed.
So if I was going to watch Frankenweenie, I should watch that instead.
I don't know. I haven't seen Frankenweenie. I can't speak to it.
Right.
But yeah. That's my challenge for October.
Okay.
You got to watch Frankenweenie, Mike. It's pretty good.
That's going to be a challenge.
Your challenge is to,
That's not my challenge. I'm just that's just like a general statement. You just gotta.
The friendly nudge.
It's short, so isn't it? I think it's like a short film.
Yeah, it's like 11 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll watch anything that's 11 minutes.
Yeah, so it doesn't count as a challenge. And I'm watching the Michael Jordan documentary right now. It's really good.
Really good.
Yeah, and I watched a lot of stuff and listened to stuff that was recommended. Like I listened to the Richard Simmons podcast.
Oh yeah,
that I was challenged on, and that's really good.
Cool.
I'm interested to listen to that other guy's stuff, like the Cops one.
If we're talking about podcasts, I'd like to recommend a locally produced one that is really great. It is from longtime darlings of the Austin improv scene, Courtney Hopkin and Curtis Luciani. It's called Is That Something? It's pretty great. I could just listen to those two banter all day long, and they're just sharp and ridiculous and hilarious.
I listened to one episode of that. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear Curtis's voice.
Yeah. I used to listen to his other podcast. If we're talking about documentary real quick, My Octopus Teacher. Anybody?
I've heard about it.
Anybody? Oof.
That's good. It. Yeah.
Octopi are crazy.
What is it on, Mike?
Netflix.
Has it influenced you? Would you now not eat an octopus?
You know, I really wasn't that into it before.
What about a squid?
Yeah, I'll still calamari, right?
Calamari.
Yeah.
Yeah, a squid doesn't. I mean, a squid's got nothing on an octopus.
Would you eat a dog?
No.
Would you eat a baby?
So yeah, I guess that's the end of the show. We're talking about
Yeah.
Did anybody have anything else, Bob?
Yeah, I don't know if we're doing challenges. I don't really have one. I don't think.
There's still plenty of Wim Wenders movies for us to watch.
That's it. It's an ongoing challenge. I didn't even finish mine I haven't done Circus of Books yet.
Oh yeah.
I watched it.
And I'm behind on Lovecraft Country, but it seems like we're kind of lukewarm on it anyway. So, but I did watch The Vow, so I feel like on that.
The Vow gets good. I like it.
Yeah.
But why are they driving all the time? Like every time they're having a serious conversation, it's in the car, and yet they live together, and they're always just talking on the phone and driving. It's I get that it's California, or no, it's Albany, right? Where are you driving to all the time?
What are y'all talking about?
We're back to the Vow.
No.
Oh yeah, but we should probably talk about the Charlie Kaufman before. That should be the last. That'll be the last thing we talk about.
I was thinking about the Charlie Kaufman thing, and then you were talking about why are they always talking in the car, and that's
yeah.
2/3 of the movie.
Yeah,
Todd, we were talking about Constantine, but
I was talking about Legends of Tomorrow.
How can you tell the difference? There's more of them. In The Vow, it's just I don't know, it's all these recorded conversations, but for some reason they're always in the car, and they always happen on car phones, and they're making big decisions, but they're driving somewhere, and I don't really know where or why, but they live together like Bonnie and Mark, and it's why can't you just talk about this in the kitchen or it's a very bizarre thing.
You notice the cars. I noticed the walking a lot. And
maybe they just really like the West Wing.
Well, I mean, Aaron Sorkin. That's we don't have time in this episode to even mention his name.
Well, it takes so long to say. So I don't say the whole thing. take too long.
To be sore continued.
For more Wenders puns, check out our show notes.
I would love to go back and rewatch or watch for the first time most of it, all of Columbo. Speaking of Peter Falk,
that's what my parents are doing right now.
Yeah,
my parents are doing that right now. Actually,
wow.
It's like I'm like, so you guys watch anything new this week? And they're like, just Columbo.
Where are they watching it?
It's on TV, so that's what
broadcast.
You're gonna bring them on next week. And recommend Columbo.
That's a good idea. Yeah, we'll have a whole Peter Falk episode.
Great stage actor. We should talk about.
Let's do it. Let's end this by talking about. I'm thinking of ending things. I'm thinking of ending this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of ending this podcast, and
I have to request no spoilers about this movie if you've seen it, because I really want to see it, but I haven't yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could also just we could.
Or I could also tune out if you guys want to talk about it.
What do you think?
I could bow out.
I don't think I want to talk about it, honestly.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it at all? Is it just a recommendation? Just watch it.
Yeah, I'd say just watch it. Yeah.
We'll talk about it next time.
I don't know that everyone will like it, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Mike, did you see it?
I feel confident that I'm gonna like it.
I watched it last night.
Okay.
Yep.
There's nothing that Charlie Kaufman has done that I have not totally loved, so I'm sure I'm gonna like it.
You watched it too? You watched it all, Todd?
Yeah. I just didn't want to talk about it in front of someone who hasn't seen it.
Okay.
Because
cool.
it's like,
if you want to, I don't mind. We're about done with everything else.
Yeah.
All right.
You were only supposed to be a guest anyway. You were supposed to only be here for like a little segment, and then there were just
having me on.
We started talking about space. And I'm like, I gotta get David on here to talk about space, and and we'll nerd out about the Arrowverse in a safer space than.
All right.
I won't be there.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
The best to you from Kmart Radio.
Good 30-minute podcast.
Yeah, right? Great job, everybody.
Good job.
That was a tight 30.
Tight 30.
Tight 30.
No editing necessary. And
put it in the cloud.
Yep, put it in the cloud. I'm streaming it straight to the cloud, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. Have a good night, y'all. Thanks so much for being here.
See you later, Mike.
Later.
Bye.
Ouch! Stubbed your toe in the middle of the night?
Bad taste. There's gotta be an answer. Bad taste. There's gotta be an answer.